$12.15 on the oven display. No place, I need to rush to the day. Just the hum of the fridge in the hall, and a shadow stretching over the wall. I leave my phone face down on the wood, floating in a quiet neighborhood. 3 decades deep and I finally learned how to watch the butter melt without a turn. Slow motion, stepping through the afternoon, forgetting every single rule about the moon. Future versions of us sitting right here, drinking mint water while the sky stays clear. No deadlines, waiting in a crowded inbox, just bare feet, stepping on smooth cedar blocks. We traded hurry for a paper-thin breeze, and let the hours tangle in the old oak trees. My hands are holding ceramic tea, steam rising up where I used to be, in a rush to catch the next fast train. Now I welcome just the sight of rain. There is a cushion fading in the sun, marking every task that left undone. I see myself past 40 in the glass, watching all the frantic traffic pass, wearing loose linen and a lazy smile, having finally mastered sitting still a while. Clock ticks forward, but the wait is gone. Just a quiet Sunday afternoon, rolling on, no destination written on the floor. Just an open screen and a wooden door. Huh. 10:14 pulses red against the dark wood desk. No meeting alerts to shatter the glass. My hair will be gray by the time I test whether this calm can outlast the panic that chased me through 35, when staying still felt hard to survive. I see the patio pots grown tall and green in a decade I haven't reached yet. Just watching the clouds split the afternoon scene with zero deadlines to fret. Future skin will rest against these very same cushions. No urgent emails cutting through the kitchen. Peace arrives like weather through an open pane, washing every ledger clear of phantom pain. My joints might ache when the barometer drops, but I'll still be pouring this cold brew slow, watching the way that the neighbor's dog stops to smell every mailbox in a row. Sitting right here in the quiet space carved for a version of me that was never starved. The calendar page won't dictate how I breathe, no rushing to pack what I'll leave. Just a record playing distant brass while decades of pressure simply pass. Future self looks back and starts to smile at thinking time was ever out of style. Sitting right here without a single care, just breathing the stillness of the afternoon air. Chartreuse neon spills right across the vinyl booth, when nobody asks you for a deadline or the truth. I'm watching steam curl off a paper cup of tea, while the city outside rushes past in minor key. You slide into the leather seat across from mine, without a single word about the weather or the time. Just checking if this half is free. An extra sugar packet sits beside your phone. We share a table, though we both came here alone. Your fingers trace the heavy grain of formica, while traffic hums an idle song of slow decaf. Your denim jacket has a patch of faded fern. We talk about the kinds of bread we tried to learn. No names exchanged, no numbers written on a card. Just temporary shelter when the week was hard. The clock above the register has stopped at 3. Nobody has a schedule here for you or me. The world can wait outside the frosted glass, while we pretend that hours do not have to pass. You leave a single nickel resting by my plate, and neither of us has another place to wait. A scent of burnt cedar drifts from down the hall, where nobody has walked since Friday night. He watches dust motes settling on the wall, and turns his phone down till the screen goes white. 5 days of deadlines wrapped in plastic trays, now dissolving slowly in the heavy shade. He leaves the laundry spinning in the dark, while television snow illuminates the park. A half-read paperback is sliding off his knee, and time forgets to charge him any entry fee. The hallway floorboards creak a lazy tune. A neighbor drops a heavy grocery bag. He tracks the shadows stretching across the room, and lets his favorite heavy sweater sag. 5 days of rushing down the concrete stair, now melting sideways in the idle air. He leaves the laundry spinning in the dark, while television snow illuminates the park. A half-read paperback is sliding off his knee, and time forgets to charge him any entry fee. No place to be before the daylight breaks, just listening to the way the water takes. It's time to boil upon the iron plate, while every urgent voice is told to wait. The copper kettle whistles very low, and lets the afternoon slip out and go. A bent paper clip sits on the wooden tabletop, right beside an unread parking ticket. My phone rests face down on the kitchen counter. No notifications buzzing to break the quiet. For 5 days straight, the deadline chased my shadow. Now the hours stretch out wide and shallow. Footsteps upstairs belong to nobody, rushing past. Heavy curtains stay closed against the noon glare. I watch dust specks float inside of glass, breathing in slowly without a destination there. A paper receipt flutters from the open window, touching the floorboards with a gentle whisper. My sneakers stay unlaced beside the hallway door. I pour cold water into a chipped ceramic cup. The neighborhood is drifting in a slow pause. Nothing demands an answer or a reason why. Time loses its sharp edges in the living room. Just three dust specks dancing in the light. Nothing to fix until the fading night. Who decided Saturday belongs to laundry lists and moving fast? My left foot traces circles on the cold linoleum. A postcard from a cousin sits unnailed beneath the glass, while dust motes settle softly on a geranium. Shoes stay tucked away inside the dark hallway. Nobody needs an answer from me today. Curtains drift outward as the breeze finds a frame. Nothing demands I rush out to spell my own name. Stale toast on a saucer sits waiting to cool. Forgotten textbooks stacked neatly from graduate school. Water boils slowly in a pot with the loose lid. A pigeon lands outside and tilts its small gray head. I wonder about all the childhood things we hid before the afternoon pulls me back to the bed. Clock hands move slower when nobody watches the face. Time loses its grip on this quiet place. Curtains drift outward as the breeze finds the frame. Nothing demands I rush out to spell my own name. Stale toast on a saucer sits waiting to cool. Forgotten textbooks stacked neatly from graduate school. The neighbors upstairs are finally quiet and still. A shadow stretches long across the windowsill. The weight in my shoulders begins to dissolve, leaving behind questions I do not need to solve. Keys rest quietly on the wooden shelf by the door. Shadows lengthen slowly across the wooden floor. Twilight slips softly through the glass pane. Tomorrow can wait until the cold rain. Wash cotton sits heavy against my knee. Phrase seems from 1993. Dust motes flow slowly in the quiet room. No rush to sweep them with the broom. Steps from the hallway fade away. Nobody calling for me today. Soft sunlight spills across the wooden floor. Shoes kicked apart beside the heavy door. lost weeks begin. Paper bags flattened on the kitchen tile. I haven't checked my phone in quite a while. The summer rain still lingers in my head, tracing the patterns near the iron bed. Time slows right down when nobody demands a thing. No urgent letters waiting in the brass ring. Just breathing slow. A soft sunlight spills across the wooden floor. Shoes kicked apart beside the heavy door. Old vinyl turning in a gentle spin, wondering where the lost weeks begin. The radiator clicks, and then it's still. Just sitting here because I have the will. A scent of frying grease and butter fills the small apartment floor. It pulls me back 7 years to standing outside your bedroom door before the debt collectors started calling through the winter freeze, when all we owned was a mattress and a pair of worn out keys. My shoes are sitting by the entrance with the laces torn. I wore them walking through the alleys where we felt reborn. The kitchen tiles are cold against my bare feet on the stone. I trace the phantom lines of where we used to live alone. Old linoleum remembers how you danced in wool socks, while the landlord downstairs hammered at the broken front box. We were eating stale crackers just to make the paycheck stretch. Now the quiet of this afternoon is all I try to catch. That greasy breakfast aroma hangs heavy in the hallway air. It forces pictures in my mind of sitting in the folding chair. You laughed until your ribs were aching over half-burnt toast, and promised me that poverty was just a passing ghost. I turned the burner off and let the apartment grow dead still. The memories are rushing in against my conscious will. I see your sweater hanging on the back of the white door, though you packed your bags and walked away 6 winters ago or more. The skillet cools beside the sink in total silence now. I never thought I would survive the turning of the bow. A single drop of fat pops softly on the iron pan. I stand here frozen in the kitchen like a helpless man. Why does the dust grain always fall sideways when the room is completely still? I touch the wool blanket on the floor and forget what month it is. Shoes kicked underneath the radiator. No messages blinking on the glass. The city stopped shouting hours ago, leaving only the sound of passing cars. Nothing waits for me in the kitchen drawer. The mail sits unopened by the heavy door. I watch the pigeons settle the fire escape while the afternoon bleeds in. slice of bread goes hard on the counter. I leave the faucet dripping slow and clean. My palms feel heavy against my pockets as I walk across the wooden floor. Nobody calls when the weekend stretches thin and the light turns gray against the brick. I turn the volume low on the radio and let the silence settle in the room. The kettle finally starts to heat up. Steam rises slowly against the glass. I take my time reaching for the mug and let the hours pass me by. A sudden flash of rent control, math hits my head. Right in the middle of breathing out slow. Dust motes are floating above the unmade bed where I have no plans left to go. The phone stays face down on the pine wood floor. Notifications can starve behind a closed door. Concrete absorbs the midday heat with a heavy sigh. Windows are open wide to let the sirens pass me by. Nobody asked me for a favor or a timeline update today. I watched two pigeons fight for crust across the alleyway. Cold water runs from the tap until my fingers ache. I leave the dishes soaking in lemon soap suds. There is no deadline left for my heart to break. Just loose wool hanging from my favorite hoods. The hours stretch out like dough on a marble slab. Nothing to chase and nothing to catch in a cab. Concrete absorbs the midday heat with a heavy sigh. Windows are open wide to let the sirens pass me by. Nobody asked me for a favor or a timeline update today. I watched two pigeons fight for crust across the alleyway. Moves the curtains 3 inches to the left. The afternoon belongs to nobody else. Quiet rooms keep secrets well. She said yesterday that nothing needs fixing. Watching dust motes settle on the router. My neighbor is practicing trombone through the wall, while I stare at a single water spot on the counter. The phone is sitting face down on the rug. No notifications ringing out to pull me away. Just the hum of the refrigerator starting up. In 30 hours of absolute nothing today, an old sneaker tone sticks out from the closet floor. A pigeon lands on the balcony railing outside the door. 3 orange peels are drying neatly on a white plate. For once in 20 years, I do not have to wait. A loose thread hangs from the cuff of my gray hoodie. The faucet drips once every 14 seconds flat. Leaflets from a pizza place curl up in the hall, and sunlight makes a square shape across the welcome mat. Time stretches out like dough left on a wooden board. Every tiny movement feels entirely restored. No places to be and no messages left to read. Just floating here inside, the only thing I need. The water drips again, the trombone stops for air. A leaf blows past the glass and I am still right there. A distant ambulance siren fades down the avenue. The concrete cools while the afternoon settles through. No inbox red dots blinking on your phone screen. Just us modes dancing in the quiet between. You locked the office door 2 days ago. Let's keep the blinds drawn low. Step away from the desk and drop the heavy coat. We got nothing to chase and nowhere we need to float. Put the kettle on the stove and let the whistle wait. We traded all the deadlines for an empty plate. A heavy bass line thumps from the apartment next door. Their hardwood squeaks as they pace across the floor. We got 2 mugs of tea and nothing left to prove. No place to be means no pressure left to move. Watch the shadows stretch across the faded rug. Wrap both hands tight around a ceramic mug. Time forgot to punch us in today. Let the hours slip and drift away. The siren is completely gone from the street. Now it is just the sound of our own quiet feet. Leave the boots right there by the warm metal rails. Nothing left to fix or fixate on or give. Heavy will rest against my collarbone. A quiet room where time is running slow. The neighborhood outside is passing by. I watch the shadows stretch across the floor. I remember laughing in a crowded hall before we learned how fast the weeks can fall. Old photographs pinned beside the kitchen door remind me who we were before the sudden war. We spent our 20s trading hours for cheap wine, believing every rusted track was ours to align. Now silence fills the space where promise used to grow. Faded denim wrinkles on the wooden chair. A sudden draft of cold is in the air. I trace the pattern on the porcelain cup and wonder why we always had to rush. Those autumn streets look different through the glass. We never thought that golden time would pass. The quiet afternoon begins to fade into the choices that we softly made. Mm. 12:15 on the oven display. No place, I need to rush to today. Just the hum of the fridge in the hall, and a shadow stretching over the wall. I leave my phone face down on the wood, floating in a quiet neighborhood. 3 decades deep and I finally learned how to watch the butter melt without a turn. Slow motion, stepping through the afternoon, forgetting every single rule about the moon. Future versions of us sitting right here, drinking mint water while the sky stays clear. No deadlines, waiting in a crowded inbox, just bare feet, stepping on smooth cedar blocks. We traded hurry for a paper-thin breeze, and let the hours tangle in the old oak trees. My hands are holding ceramic tea, steam rising up where I used to be, in a rush to catch the next fast train. Now I welcome just the sight of rain. There is a cushion fading in the sun, marking every task that left undone. I see myself past 40 in the glass, watching all the frantic traffic pass, wearing loose linen and a lazy smile, having finally mastered sitting still a while. Clock ticks forward, but the wait is gone. Just a quiet Sunday afternoon, rolling on, no destination written on the floor, just an open screen and a wooden door. Mm-hmm. 10:14 pulses red against the dark wood desk. No meeting alerts to shatter the glass. My hair will be gray by the time I test whether this calm can outlast the panic that chased me through 35, when staying still felt hard to survive. I see the patio pots grown tall and green in a decade I haven't reached yet. Just watching the clouds split the afternoon scene with 0 deadlines to fret. Future skin will rest against these very same cushions. No urgent emails cutting through the kitchen. Peace arrives like weather through an open pane, washing every ledger clear of phantom pain. My joints might ache when the barometer drops, but I'll still be pouring this cold brew slow, watching the way that the neighbor's dog stops to smell every mailbox in a row. Sitting right here in the quiet space carved for a version of me that was never starved. The calendar page won't dictate how I breathe, no rushing to pack what I'll leave. Just a record playing distant brass while decades of pressure simply pass. Future self looks back and starts to smile at thinking time was ever out of style. Sitting right here without a single care, just breathing the stillness of the afternoon air. Chartreuse neon spills right across the vinyl booth, when nobody asks you for a deadline or the truth. I'm watching steam curl off a paper cup of tea, while the city outside rushes past in minor key. You slide into the leather seat across from mine, without a single word about the weather or the time. Just checking if this half is free. An extra sugar packet sits beside your phone. We share a table, though we both came here alone. Your fingers trace the heavy grain of formica, while traffic hums an idle song of slow decaf. Your denim jacket has a patch of faded fern. We talk about the kinds of bread we tried to learn. No names exchanged, no numbers written on a card, just temporary shelter when the week was hard. The clock above the register has stopped at 3. Nobody has a schedule here for you or me. The world can wait outside the frosted glass, while we pretend that hours do not have to pass. You leave a single nickel resting by my plate, and neither of us has another place to wait. A scent of burnt cedar drifts from down the hall, where nobody has walked since Friday night. He watches dust motes settling on the wall, and turns his phone down till the screen goes white. 5 days of deadlines wrapped in plastic trays, now dissolving slowly in the heavy shade. He leaves the laundry spinning in the dark, while television snow illuminates the park. A half-read paperback is sliding off his knee, and time forgets to charge him any entry fee. The hallway floorboards creak a lazy tune. A neighbor drops a heavy grocery bag. He tracks the shadows stretching across the room, and lets his favorite heavy sweater sag. 5 days of rushing down the concrete stair, now melting sideways in the idle air. He leaves the laundry spinning in the dark, while television snow illuminates the park. A half-read paperback is sliding off his knee, and time forgets to charge him any entry fee. No place to be before the daylight breaks, just listening to the way the water takes. It's time to boil upon the iron plate, while every urgent voice is told to wait. The copper kettle whistles very low, and lets the afternoon slip out and go. A bent paper clip sits on the wooden tabletop, right beside an unread parking ticket. My phone rests face down on the kitchen counter. No notifications buzzing to break the quiet. For 5 days straight, the deadline chased my shadow. Now the hours stretch out wide and shallow. Footsteps upstairs belong to nobody, rushing past. Heavy curtains stay closed against the noon glare. I watch dust specks float inside a beam of glass, breathing in slowly slowly without a destination there. A paper receipt flutters from the open window, touching the floorboards with a gentle whisper. My sneakers stay unlaced beside the hallway door. I pour cold water into a chipped ceramic cup. The neighborhood is drifting in a slow pause. Nothing demands an answer or a reason why. Time loses its sharp edges in the living room. Just three dust specks dancing in the light. Nothing to fix until the fading night. Who decided Saturday belongs to laundry lists and moving fast? My left foot traces circles on the cold linoleum. A postcard from a cousin sits unmailed beneath the glass, while dust motes settle softly on a geranium. Shoes stay tucked away inside the dark hallway. Nobody needs an answer from me today. Curtains drift outward as the breeze finds a frame. Nothing demands I rush out to spell my own name. Stale toast on a saucer sits waiting to cool. Forgotten textbooks stacked neatly from graduate school. Water boils slowly in a pot with the loose lid. A pigeon lands outside and tilts its small gray head. I wonder about all the childhood things we hid before the afternoon pulls me back to the bed. Clock hands move slower when nobody watches the face. Time loses its grip on this quiet place. Curtains drift outward as the breeze finds the frame. Nothing demands I rush out to spell my own name. Stale toast on a saucer sits waiting to cool. Forgotten textbooks stacked neatly from graduate school. The neighbors upstairs are finally quiet and still. A shadow stretches long across the windowsill. The weight in my shoulders begins to dissolve, leaving behind questions I do not need to solve. Keys rest quietly on the wooden shelf by the door. Shadows lengthen slowly across the wooden floor. Twilight slips softly through the glass pane. Tomorrow can wait until the cold rain. Wash cotton sits heavy against my knee. Phrase seems from 1993. Dust motes flow slowly in the quiet room. No rush to sweep them with the broom. Steps from the hallway fade away. Nobody calling for me today. Soft sunlight spills across the wooden floor. Shoes kicked apart beside the heavy door. Old lost weeks begin. Paper bags flattened on the kitchen tile. I haven't checked my phone in quite a while. The summer rain still lingers in my head, tracing the patterns near the iron bed. Time slows right down when nobody demands a thing. No urgent letters waiting in the brass ring. Just breathing slow. A soft sunlight spills across the wooden floor. Shoes kicked apart beside the heavy door. Old vinyl turning in a gentle spin, wondering where the lost weeks begin. The radiator clicks, and then it's still. Just sitting here because I have the will. A scent of frying grease and butter fills the small apartment floor. It pulls me back 7 years to standing outside your bedroom door before the debt collector started calling through the winter freeze, when all we owned was a mattress and a pair of worn out keys. My shoes are sitting by the entrance with the laces torn. I wore them walking through the alleys where we felt reborn. The kitchen tiles are cold against my bare feet on the stone. I trace the phantom lines of where we used to live alone. Old linoleum remembers how you danced in wool socks, while the landlord downstairs hammered at the broken front box. We were eating stale crackers just to make the paycheck stretch. Now the quiet of this afternoon is all I try to catch. That greasy breakfast aroma hangs heavy in the hallway air. It forces pictures in my mind of sitting in the folding chair. You laughed until your ribs were aching over half-burnt toast, and promised me that poverty was just a passing ghost. I turned the burner off and let the apartment grow dead still. The memories are rushing in against my conscious will. I see your sweater hanging on the back of the white door, though you packed your bags and walked away 6 winters ago or more. The skillet cools beside the sink in total silence now. I never thought I would survive the turning of the bow. A single drop of fat pops softly on the iron pan. I stand here frozen in the kitchen like a helpless man. Why does the dust grain always fall sideways when the room is completely still? I touch the wool blanket on the floor and forget what month it is. Shoes kicked underneath the radiator. No messages blinking on the glass. The city stopped shouting hours ago, leaving only the sound of passing cars. Nothing waits for me in the kitchen drawer. The mail sits unopened by the heavy door. I watch the pigeons settle on the fire escape while the afternoon bleeds in slice of bread goes hard on the counter. I leave the faucet dripping slow and clean. My palms feel heavy against my pockets as I walk across the wooden floor. Nobody calls when the weekend stretches thin and the light turns gray against the brick. I turn the volume low on the radio and let the silence settle in the room. The kettle finally starts to heat up. Steam rises slowly against the glass. I take my time reaching for the mug and let the hours pass me by. A sudden flash of rent control, math hits my head. Right in the middle of breathing out slow. Dust motes are floating above the unmade bed where I have no plans left to go. The phone stays face down on the pine wood floor. Notifications can starve behind a closed door. Concrete absorbs the midday heat with a heavy sigh. Windows are open wide to let the sirens pass me by. Nobody asked me for a favor or a timeline update today. I watched two pigeons fight for crust across the alleyway. Cold water runs from the tap until my fingers ache. I leave the dishes soaking in lemon soap suds. There is no deadline left for my heart to break. Just loose wool hanging from my favorite hoods. The hours stretch out like dough on a marble slab. Nothing to chase and nothing to catch in a cab. Concrete absorbs the midday heat with a heavy sigh. Windows are open wide to let the sirens pass me by. Nobody asked me for a favor or a timeline update today. I watched two pigeons fight for crust across the alleyway. Moves the curtains 3 inches to the left. The afternoon belongs to nobody else. Quiet rooms keep secrets well. She said yesterday that nothing needs fixing. Watching dust motes settle on the router. My neighbor is practicing trombone through the wall, while I stare at a single water spot on the counter. The phone is sitting face down on the rug. No notifications ringing out to pull me away. Just the hum of the refrigerator starting up. In 30 hours of absolute nothing today, an old sneaker tongue sticks out from the closet floor. A pigeon lands on the balcony railing outside the door. 3 orange peels are drying neatly on a white plate. For once in 20 years, I do not have to wait. A loose thread hangs from the cuff of my gray hoodie. The faucet drips once every 14 seconds flat. Leaflets from a pizza place curl up in the hall, and sunlight makes a square shape across the welcome mat. Time stretches out like dough left on a wooden board. Every tiny movement feels entirely restored. No places to be and no messages left to read. Just floating here inside, the only thing I need. The water drips again, the trombone stops for air. A leaf blows past the glass and I am still right there. A distant ambulance siren fades down the avenue. The concrete cools while the afternoon settles through. No inbox red dots blinking on your phone screen. Just us moles dancing in the quiet between. You locked the office door 2 days ago. Let's keep the blinds drawn low. Step away from the desk and drop the heavy coat. We got nothing to chase and nowhere we need to float. Put the kettle on the stove and let the whistle wait. We traded all the deadlines for an empty plate. A heavy bass line thumps from the apartment next door. Their hardwood squeaks as they pace across the floor. We got 2 mugs of tea and nothing left to prove. No place to be means no pressure left to move. Watch the shadows stretch across the faded rug. Wrap both hands tight around a ceramic mug. Time forgot to punch us in today. Let the hours slip and drift away. The siren is completely gone from the street. Now it is just the sound of our own quiet feet. Leave the boots right there by the warm metal rails. Nothing left to fix or fixate on or give. Heavy wool rests against my collarbone. A quiet room where time is running slow. The neighborhood outside is passing by. I watch the shadows stretch across the floor. I remember laughing in a crowded hall before we learned how fast the weeks can fall. Old photographs pinned aside the kitchen door remind me who we were before the sudden war. We spent our 20s trading hours for cheap wine, believing every rusted track was ours to align. Now silence fills the space where promise used to grow. Faded denim wrinkles on the wooden chair. A sudden draft of cold is in the air. I trace the pattern on the porcelain cup and wonder why we always had to rush. Those autumn streets look different through the glass. We never thought that golden time would pass. The quiet afternoon begins to fade into the choices that we softly